Hello students, today we are going to do module 2nd of chapter Units and Measurements. The objectives of this chapter are: number 1, importance of measurement in scientific studies, physics is the science of measurement, unit as a reference standard of measurement and properties of unit. We'll also study different system of units like CGS, FPS, MKS, MKSA and SI. We'll study fundamental units of SI selected by the General Conference of Weights and Measures in 1971 and their definitions. List of fundamental, supplementary and derived physical quantities, their units and symbols. We'll also study subunits and multiple units, some old and new units. We'll see what are the rules for writing the names of units and their symbols, and derived units with correct symbols. So students, all these are the objectives of our chapter Units and Measurement. The topic for the day: measurement and its need, units and system of units, properties of units, rules for using symbols in SI units. All these topics are present on page number 3 to 5 of your book. Okay students, now on your book open page number 3 and you will see the definition of measurement. The process of comparing unknown quantity with non-fixed quantity of the same kind is called measurement. Students, whenever you are going to compare an unknown quantity with non-fixed quantity, that process is called measurement. Now, what is the need of measurement? Without the ability to measure, it would be difficult for scientists to conduct experiments or form theories. Not only is measurement important in science and the chemical industry, it is also essential in farming, engineering, construction, manufacturing, commerce, and numerous other occupations and activities. Even in our day-to-day life, we need measurement at every aspect of our life. Now, you have seen that lots of time I have spoken unknown quantity, non-fixed quantity, but what quantity is? See, anything that can be measured is called quantity. For example, area, force, length, speed, anything which you can measure and has some precise value, that is called quantity. Now students, here one thing you should note, that the magnitude of a physical quantity is expressed as physical quantity is equal to numerical value multiplied by unit. What does it mean? Whenever you have to express a physical quantity, it must have two things: numerical value and a unit. For example, if I am writing 10 kilogram, here 10 is the numerical value and kg is the unit. Now 10 kilogram represent a physical quantity which is mass. Physical quantities. Students, there are basically two types of physical quantities and one supplementary physical quantity. The first physical quantity is fundamental physical quantity. What do you mean by fundamental physical quantity? The quantities which do not depend on any other quantity. For example, mass, length and time. These quantities are also called absolute or base quantities. Next physical quantity is derived physical quantities. The quantities that can be obtained or expressed in terms of fundamental quantities is called derived physical quantity. For example, speed, force, work, all these are the derived physical quantities. Here one thing you should remember, that you have to take fundamental quantities, and whenever you take fundamental quantities and you multiply any of the two fundamental quantity or divide any of the two fundamental quantities, you will get a derived physical quantity, because derived physical quantity depends directly or indirectly on the fundamental physical quantity. Now the third type of physical quantity is supplementary physical quantity. There are two types of supplementary physical quantity: plane angle and solid angle. In some book, a third type of supplementary physical quantity is also given, which is radioactivity. Now, what is unit? The standard of measurement of a quantity is called unit. For example, kilogram, mass, second, meter per second, Newton, watt, all these are called the units. Units are of two types. Number one, fundamental units. Number two, derived units. Units of fundamental quantities are called fundamental units, whereas units of derived quantity is called derived units. Example of fundamental units: meter, kilogram, second. Example of derived units are meter square, meter per second, Newton, joule, etc. Now, what are the characteristics of a unit? Characteristics of a unit is on page number 4 of your book. The first characteristic is its value must not vary with place and time. Its value should remain constant. Next, it should be capable of being reproduced easily. It must be well defined. Number 4, it must be imperishable. And last, it should be of proper size, neither too big nor too small. All these are the characteristics of a unit. Now, system of units. Students, there are basically 4 different types of system of units. Number 1, CGS. Number 2, FPS. Number 3, MKS. And number 4, SI. Now, what is CGS? CGS is the system of unit in which length is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram, and time is measured in second. Now, centimeter, gram, second, CGS. So, CGS is the system of unit in which length is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram, and time is measured in second. Similarly, FPS. FPS is the system of unit in which length is measured in foot, mass is measured in pound, and time is measured in second. FPS. MKS. MKS is the system of unit in which length is measured in meter, mass in kilogram, and time in second. MKS. MKS system. Now, the fourth type of system of unit is SI. SI is the system of unit which is accepted and used by the scientists all over the world. Now, we are going to discuss SI system in detail because it is universally accepted. SI stands for System Internationality. System Internationality units is the new comprehensive and rationalized system of units accepted by the General Conference of Weights and Measures in 1960. It is used in science and technology all over the world. Now, according to the SI system, there are 7 fundamental and 2 supplementary physical quantities. And you can say there are 7 fundamental units and 2 supplementary units. In your book, they have given you the third supplementary unit also. As I told you earlier, in some books they have written radioactivity also because it is the latest physical quantity. Now, 7 fundamental quantities are length, mass, time, current, temperature, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. Unit of length is meter, symbol small m. Unit of mass is kilogram, symbol small k, small g. Unit of time, second, small s. Unit of current is ampere, symbol capital A. Unit of temperature, Kelvin, symbol capital K. Luminous intensity, candela, symbol small c, small d. Amount of substance, mole, MOL is the symbol. Now come to the supplementary units. For plane angle, unit is radian, symbol RAD. Solid angle, steradian, symbol SR. Radioactivity, Curie, symbol Ci. Students, keep this thing in mind. The symbols of units should be written as given in your book. Where they have used the small m or small letter, you have to use the small letter. Wherever they have used the capital letter, you should use that capital letter. Now, on page number 5, we will see what are the advantages of SI units. There are following advantages of SI units, that's why we are using it all over the world. The first advantage is SI is rational. This is on account of the fact that the total number of units in this system is small, as there is only one unit for any one physical quantity. For example, if we'll talk about heat energy, electrical energy, mechanical energy, in SI the unit of these quantities is joule, but in CGS they have different units. So it is rational, single unit for similar quantities. Next, SI is internationally accepted because it is easily compared, easily reproduced, and it never changes with time. Third, SI is coherent. This is due to the reason that every unit in use can be derived from the 7 base and 2 supplementary units by multiplying and dividing. As I told you earlier, if we use the fundamental quantities, we multiply and divide any of the 2 fundamental quantities or 3 fundamental quantities, we will get a derived physical quantity. So SI is coherent. We will just multiply or divide the fundamental units and we will get the derived unit. Next, SI is metric. The multiples and submultiples of a unit can be expressed as the power of 10. And the last advantage of SI system is it is easily reproducible. Now students, the last topic of the day, that is rules for writing system of unit. So there are certain rules which we should keep in mind while writing a unit. Number 1, the unit named after scientists are not written with capital initial letter. For example, we always use small NEWTON for writing the unit Newton. Henry, small h, watt, small w, ATT. We'll never use capital initial letter when we are going to write full name of the unit. Second, the symbols for the unit named after scientists should be written by the capital letter. For example, if I have to write unit symbol of the unit for Newton, I will write N for Newton, H for Henry, and capital W for watt. Then I will not use the small letters. Third rule is small letters are used as symbols for unit not derived from a proper name. For example, small m for meter, small kg for kilogram. If the unit name is not derived from a scientist's name, then we will use smaller letters. Next, no full stop or other punctuation mark should be used within or at the end of the symbols. For example, 50 meter is the correct way and it should not be written like 50 meter full stop. Next, the symbol of the unit do not take plural form. We never use plural form of a unit. For example, 10 kilogram not as 10 kgs. 10 kilograms is incorrect. 10 kilogram is the right one. Next, when temperature is expressed in Kelvin, the degree sign is omitted. For example, 273 Kelvin is the correct way, not as 273 degree Kelvin. This is the wrong one. If expressed in Celsius scale, degree sign is to be included. For example, 10 degrees Celsius, not 10 C or 100 C. Some space is always to be left between the number and the symbol of the unit, also between the symbols for compound units such as force, momentum, etc. For example, it is not correct to write 2.3 meter. We have written 2.3 meter in a combined form. The correct representation is 2.3 space m. Similarly, kilogram space meter space second raised to power minus 2. This is the correct way, and it should not be written as kilogram meter per second square. This is the wrong one. And the last rule, only accepted symbol should be used. For example, ampere is represented as capital A and not as amp, amp or am. These are the wrong ones. Second is represented as S, small s, not as SEC. And lots of time we have done this mistake. We are writing SEC in place of second, but this is wrong. We have to use only small s symbol for second. Now student, you are able to answer all these questions like, what do you mean by measurement? Why do we need measurement? What are the fundamental quantities and derived quantities in SI? What is a unit? What are the characteristics of unit? What are the fundamental and derived unit? What are the desirable characteristics of a physical standard? Desirable characteristics of physical standard means characteristics of units. What are the advantages of SI system, or what are the advantages of SI? And last, what are the rules of writing the names of unit? That's the end of the topic. Thank you.